Hey, so it's a trans here. And today I wanted to talk about an absolutely kick-ass, awesome show that you should all watch. And that awesome show that I am talking about, I'm just going to emphasize that you should really just go insane over this show. Because I just can't believe how awesome it is, and it's one of my favorite shows ever. That show is Operation Repo. Wait a minute. Oh shit, I shouldn't be wearing this shirt today. It's not appropriate for me talking about a show that is about it as opposite to this show as it could possibly get. So really, wearing this shirt is not appropriate at the moment. So just hold on a second. Okay, so I've changed my shirt and I only had a few choices because I'm that poor and low on clothes. It could either be a My Little Pony shirt, Minecraft shirts, or an Atari or Mario shirt, or this generic 8-bit Revolution shirt. And I just thought this was the most appropriate because the show Operation Repo is a very kind of dark and sort of depressing in a way show that is just so surprisingly entertaining, considering the fact that it seems like it has a very limited concept behind it. But the writers of this show, or I don't know, since it's actually reenactments, the people who make this show are just so creative at keeping it interesting, despite how bored you'd think you'd get of seeing the same thing over and over again in every episode. What Operation Repo is about is about a team of, I think it's 5 main Repo people, 2 women and 3 men, and they're sort of like, I think the show takes place in sort of Mexico. I don't know, I'm probably getting things wrong here, but yeah, it's a very dangerous neighborhood. And basically what this show is about is it's about a team of Repo people that go and repossess people's vehicles. Now, when I first watched this show, I thought it was 100% real. I thought that, because what it's about these Repo people that go and repossess people's vehicles, and you get to see the whole drama unfold as the people gets, hysterical about their car being stolen. They're like, being repossessed. And they're like, no, my car cannot possibly be repossessed. I've got to go to work tomorrow morning. How am I going to get there? Blah, blah, blah. That's kind of the generic thing that you sort of expect to happen with each repossession. And what happens is they've got a film crew there, and when I first watched this show, everything seemed to make sense as to why it was set out the way it was. They had people with boom mics, sort of running after the Repo men, and as if it is real, you see the boom mics get into shot. You see, camera people pointing the camera with other camera people in shot, and it's like, yeah, this is just a show where there's all these camera people around recording what happens, and in addition to making a TV show out of it, it seems rational that they would have these camera people with them in order to protect themselves if they get assaulted by, the people that they're repossessing vehicles from, because that happens with nearly every single repossession. And so they can use the footage in court and say, you know what, I was here to legally repossess this vehicle. It did not belong to them. It belonged to the finance company. Here's footage of them assaulting me. Send them to jail. The evidence is, conclusive. But yeah, the show is just so thrilling and dangerous, and especially when I thought it was real, I really thought, holy shit, this character could possibly die because, they got smashed in the head with a bottle. Or shit, these people that they're repossessing something from are insane, what's the word, redneck hicks who have got, who bring out their shotguns and you're like, you're not taking our fucking car. And especially when I thought the show was real, it got really interesting because I was like, holy shit, these guys are getting into such dangerous situations. They're so incredibly brave to be doing this job with how often they come, close to serious injury or death. I think one of my favourite episodes was actually the most horrible episode, and it was made even more horrible by the fact that this was while I thought the show was real, was where one of the characters literally got the shit beaten out of him for like 5 minutes straight of a whole bunch of bikers, kicking him on the ground. And I honestly thought while I thought this show was real, that I really am concerned about this, guy who's just doing his job and he gets the shit beaten out of him by a bunch of bikers who are too friggin' stupid to realise, well, hello, there's cameras everywhere, you're like definitely going to jail for what you're doing. There's no, ifs and buts about it. But yeah, I watched the show for several seasons and did not realise that the people in it were actors, because they were such good actors that I did not realise that they were acting. That not just the main cast, but the, bikers and the hicks and the, assholes that they got to play the people that were getting repossessed, played their parts so incredibly well. I mean, I didn't think it would be that easy to get so many good actors out of nowhere on a TV show that's not even particularly all that popular and evidently has quite a low budget. And it's like, where the hell do they get these actors from? They're all so good that they fooled me into thinking this show was completely real for so long. It's just, man, I love the show. And yeah, I decided to talk about it because after a long time of having watched everything that was available on YouTube about it, like 8 months later, I decided, okay, let's see if there's anything new of Operation Repo, and I just watched another whole season, and I was surprised by how they were able to keep what seems like a boring, generic thing of, they go to repossess some person's vehicle, and that person gets angry and in their face, and then a fight starts, people get hurt, people get pepper sprayed, main cast likely gets injured. But then there's so many things that happen that just shock you, like I don't think I could really say any of the big things without giving spoilers, but members of the cast get fired, and then get replaced by new people that turn out to be completely incompetent. There's a lot of temporary members of the cast, but they're pretty much always, aren't actually working for the Repo people. They're just sort of guests that, want to be on the show, because the show kind of breaks the fourth wall in the sense that, that there's been episodes about the people that they're repossessing from, recognising them as that Repo team from that show, Operation Repo, and they sort of do this whole, fourth wall breaking thing where, like there's one episode where they're in a serious bind and, they're outnumbered like 10 to 1. And and they're about to get the crap beaten out of them. But then a couple of guys who are fans of the show and recognise that, hey, that's, Matt and Froy and Lewis from Operation Repo, they get involved in the fight and sort of, help keep them safe and help the Repo people get away with the vehicle. And it's like, yeah, there's just so many creative, interesting plots that they managed to come up with such a seemingly limited concept, and they've been going for 9 seasons now. And I think they've even got a 10th season already coming out in a few months. And it's like, and the last season just ended on such a huge cliffhanger. It's God damn it, man, watch that show. It's... I don't know if there's really much else I can say about it. It's just so awesome. The main cast, like the people that are in this job are obviously people that are, quite sort of, tough guys. And there's one in particular named Matt who is the kind of person I would look at and say, that's a friggin' meathead redneck that I would not relate to one bit. But once you start to get to know his character, he's got a lot of the classic things of, a big muscular guy, who's, all about, being tough and, someone that can intimidate you. He's got seriously good morals and seriously has his heart in the right place. But he looks like a guy who, if you came across him in a pub, you'd be like, whoa, I do not even want to look that guy in the eye because he looks like he would rip my head off. But as you get to know him in the show, he's like, no, that guy does not, it takes his own head almost getting ripped off before he will get angry enough to rip your head off. Sort of. Like he has bursts of anger that do start out of less than that. But I don't know, he's a very complex character, and just when you think you get to know him, he surprises you. But overall, he's actually a likable character who looks like one of the most unlikable characters I've ever seen on TV. It, just really opens my eyes to, I guess, not judging people so quickly. And just to, another example of a character that I came to absolutely love that I did not expect to is Rarity from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. It's kind of like that same kind of thing. Matt is the Rarity of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, where in Operation Repo, he ends up being so much cooler of a character than you expect. So, that's it. I've been ranting about this for too long, so whatever.